have been speaking at homeschool conventions for the past 4 years, but before I became a homeschool convention speaker, I was a homeschool convention attendee, and I attended for 7 whole years before I ever started speaking at conventions. I love the homeschool convention, and today I'm going to share with you some reasons why you might want to attend one. Hi, I'm Pam Barnhill, and I have helped thousands of homeschoolers create doable systems, beat burnout, and bring more joy to their homeschool days. Welcome to episode 18 of the 10 Minutes to a Better Homeschool podcast. I'm so happy you're joining me. We're going to be talking about one of my very favorite things, and that is the homeschool convention. Once again this year, I will be heading out in March to speak at all 5 of the great homeschool conventions. Now, these are regional homeschool conventions. They try to spread them out a little bit across the country so that you can choose the one closest to you and travel in and really enjoy the weekend. So in March, we're going to be heading to Greenville, South Carolina, and St. Charles, Missouri, which is right outside of St. Louis. In April, we'll be in Cincinnati, Ohio. In June, we will be in Ontario, California, and in July, we will be in Round Rock, Texas. So they are really fun events. Now, I always went to the homeschool convention by myself with some girlfriends, and we always made a girls' weekend of it. You can do that, and it's a lot of fun. There are other families who come to the convention as a family, even bringing grandparents to the homeschool convention. The family pass does include grandparents, and they make a great weekend of it with the entire family there as well. So there's really no wrong way to enjoy and experience the homeschool convention, unless of course you just don't go. So let's talk about why. Why would you want to go to a homeschool convention? And the first reason, and this was something that really struck me the first time I ever went. I went when my oldest was 5 for the very first time. And I found out I was not alone. I mean, sure, I went with some other homeschoolers from my area, but when I got to the convention, there were so many other families there. Some of them looked like me, some of them didn't look like me, but they all looked perfectly normal. They were all normal looking families, normal people everywhere, homeschool. And that was just a wonderful thing that I really needed at that point in my homeschool journey, was that there were so many great, wonderful, normal people out here homeschooling their kids. And so I found my folks at the homeschool convention. I found the people who I could connect with. It was great. It was just absolutely fabulous. And it really brought home to me that homeschooling was something that just a lot of people do. It's rare, I think, to ever go to a single location and find that many homeschoolers all in one spot. And it does give you this little boost of, I can do this. And then while you're at the homeschool convention, you can connect with some of those people. You can start to make relationships. Lean over and talk to the person sitting next to you in a session. Come on into our booth. We would love to chat with you there. We spend a lot of times chatting with moms and dads at the homeschool convention. So it's a lot of fun for us, and we love making those connections. And when I go to the convention in certain areas, there are people who come back year after year, and I know when I go to certain places, these are the people I'm expecting to see, and it makes it a lot of fun. Okay, so the next reason I think it's really important and fun to go to a homeschool convention is you get to talk to curriculum developers. A lot of times the people in the booth selling the curriculum is either someone who wrote the curriculum, it's the person who wrote the curriculum, or it's a mom who has used the curriculum. A lot of times companies will have parents come in that have used their curriculum for a long time and have them be representatives in the booth. This is a fabulous opportunity because I tell you, a lot of times when we're looking at printed material that we've bought, we really get into this kind of structured sense in our head that the person who wrote it intended it to only be used exactly as it was written in that book. And what I have found time and time again as I have talked to curriculum writers, curriculum developers, and their representatives who have used the curriculum is that there is so much flexibility when it comes to how to use a particular piece of curriculum. And moms there, representatives there, developers there, they give you the ideas on how you can use the curriculum differently. So if you have a child who's struggling, who struggles to finish all of a video lesson, ask, how do we do this? Somebody's probably going to tell you that they have broken up the lesson themselves into smaller chunks. If you have a child who is gifted and who's running forward, a lot of times curriculum developers can tell you how to beef up the materials to use with those kinds of kids. So many great nuggets, so much wonderful information from the people who actually have either developed and written the curriculum or from people who have used it for years and years and years. You're not going to be able to stump them. A lot of times they have an answer for just about everything. And this is really a chance you get to bend their ear and talk to them about how to make this curriculum best fit your child. And then the last reason I think a homeschool convention is a wonderful place to go is because of all the professional development that's there. There are dozens upon dozens of talks that you can attend, wonderful talks about how to teach a foreign language, how to reach your kids through stories, how to do math in your homeschool. What are some different ways to approach history? What do you do with kids who are gifted, are twice exceptional, and even how do you do a morning time? All of those talks are there at the homeschool convention and so many more. And this is just a wonderful opportunity for you to go in, soak up that knowledge, and really get some fresh new ideas for your homeschool that you can then take home and implement. I never left a homeschool convention where I didn't take at least one thing home that I was able to start using the very next week to make a huge difference in my homeschool. And so I always loved to go and get that professional development for me as a homeschooler and have that knowledge. And there are just so many options there. There's something there for everyone. My own homeschooling styles have changed through the years, and I got a lot out of the homeschool convention when I considered myself a unit study homeschooler, when I tried my hand at unschooling, when I started to become a classical homeschooler. So I was able to get information from the same convention for each and every style of homeschooler that I was. And so there is something there for everyone. All right, so that is my information all about homeschool conventions and why you should attend one. If you would like a link to the Great Homeschool Conventions website, along with a coupon code that you can use to get a little money off your registration, come visit the show notes for this episode of the podcast. That's at pambarnhill.com/TMBH 18, and we'll have all of that over for you there. Now, I will be back again next week, and next week's topic is all about homeschooling preschool. So if you have some little ones, you do not want to miss that. Until then, keep on homeschooling.